you're going up, salute. Throw it up, salute. Throw it up, salute. Soldier, salute. If you're going up, salute. Throw it up, salute. Throw it up, salute.
All right. Let me see here. All right. Y'all see if y'all scan that barcode right there. See if you can scan that barcode. See if you can scan it. I'm trying it out myself. And what it's going to do is going to take you to right. Let me see here. It should take you right here. It should take you right here. All right. You see I put Auto Melchizedek at the top. All right. It should take you right here. You scan that barcode. It should take you right there. This is what you got to do when they block you. You got to find other ways to reroute, redirect, circumvent. You don't do nothing but make you more calculating and smarter. That's what it does. But anyway, all right. So scan that right there. Hold on. Let me see here. Do it like this. Scan that barcode, and it should take you right here. That's where it should take you. That's where Mike numbers at the top. All right. All of these are on standby in case they put the axe to all of them. We're not gonna ask anybody to keep on doing what we do. All right. We even on Rumble. I got to do it while I'm thinking about it. Rumble is right here. All right. Let me see if it's working. I'm streaming live on Rumble right now. Let's see if it's working. There it is right there. Y'all see what it is. There it is. So the link is working. Oh, yeah. They are on this channel. They put a age restriction on this video. Or was it this one? On this video, I think I said the S word. I think they used the S word, saying the S word, you know, like doing yourself in. They put an age restriction on it. On this video right here on the channel on YouTube that I'm streaming on now while I'm thinking about it. But yeah, let me get back. Now let's get on into this. Let me see here. Let me remove this. Let me see. Y'all let me get my bearings together and put this up here. Hold on. Yeah. All right. Brother Stephen and Brother Mike taught me how to use the AI. They save a little time. But anyway, let me get on into the message. Yeah, don't never be too, you know, I guess over self-centered or whatever to ask for some assistance. You know. But anyway, there's always better ways to do things. Let me see here. Let me share my screen. All right, let's get to the Bible first. Let's get to this Bible. Let me see, is this it? Leviticus 26. Can y'all see that? Yeah, y'all can see that. Let me check, do the sound. See the sound? Okay. All right. Let me go to it in the King James. Let me put another Bible up here. Leviticus 26:17. Is it? See what's going on here. All right. Shalom, Jersey. Shalom. Shalom. 26:16. All right, look right here. I need to read all of this, but go right here for right now. I will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror. Terror. You trying to figure out, y'all can't see that. Leviticus 26:16. You're trying to figure out why a terrorist group isn't labeled a terrorist group. Now don't fret. The Most High appointed them. They can't do no more than the Most High allowed. Even if he allowed them to take my life, they can't do no more than what the Most High allowed. Shalom. Renee, y'all. They can't do no more. Look, I will appoint over you terror, consumption, Shalom, Brenda, and the burning ague that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart. Right now, it seems like, you know, it seems like a sorrow of heart, and I understand. I understand. You know, it seems like they've been slaughtering us. They've been doing this. They just done turned it up a notch. Okay. Now I'm gonna read up here. That's gonna help you. All right. And ye shall sow seed in vain, and your enemy shall eat it. Think about all the farmland they took from us, huh? All right. Even if you the theft of property, they consuming it, and this right here, disease is like fever and stuff. But anyway, let me read up here. Let me go up here. And then it's going to get a little deeper in a minute. Let me give you a preview of what it's going to get into. All right? Now look at here. Just look. These are Catholics. And these are Christians. All right? Shalom, Jim. All right? I'm just giving you a preview. Look. They ain't on the terror list. They're not on the terror list. All right, let me get back to the get back so I can kick facts and relax. All right, here we go. Now, let me read up here. Let me read it again for those of you coming in. The Most High, I will do this unto you. I'm going to go up here to see what he said he going to do unto us. I will appoint over you terror. Why did the Most High appoint terror over the real Israelites? Let's read up here. Let's start at number 1. Leviticus chapter 26. And they tell you to stay out of this. So you don't know what's going on. You're just going to be lost. All right, now. Look. Ye shall make no idols or graven image. Neither rear you up a standing image. Don't put up no other God. This is the God right now that ain't in the Bible. This is a God. Right here. That, the Bible does not, the only place the Bible describes this fella is the anti-Messiah. This is the God of the Catholics that started the transatlantic world war, aka slave trade. This is their God. Their God told them to take over the earth, stealing, killing, and destroying. That's their God. So, why are we serving their God that they gave us? Huh? This is their God. Also, they got their heaven right here, and we got hell. So why are we serving their God? Huh? Ye shall make no idols or graven image. Let me do something else while I'm thinking about it. Do this right quick. These giant Jesus statues. Look at this. Look. Behold your God. Now see, our Elohim, our Creator, our Savior died for us. But when we serving this God, we die for him. Our blood is shed for their God. And they coming for our blood. Okay? Let me keep going. Let me get back to the book. All right. This is what the Most High told us, the real biblical Israelites. Ye shall make no idols or graven image, neither build up a standing image. All right. Neither shall you set up any image of stone in your land to bow down to it, for I am Yahweh, your God, or Elohim, master. You shall keep my Sabbath. What's hard about that? In reverence to my sanctuary, you keep their holiday. They worship on Sunday. You worship on Sunday if you ain't living by the Bible. So how is it? Heaven must be segregated. Heaven must be segregated. It must be segregated. Heaven must be segregated. It must gonna be a separate place for white folk and black folk. But they supposed to be worshiping the same God. Ain't that something? They God said kill black folk. Those of us living the word, we don't want no problem. We don't look to steal, kill, or destroy nothing. But we ain't going quietly. They don't teach about the Messiah killing our enemies and feeding them to the buzzards and crows. They don't teach that Messiah. They don't teach the Messiah whooping them money changers out the. They don't teach about him whooping the money changers out the temple. They don't teach about him. See, they don't teach about him. Nope. But let me get back to the get back. You want to get this terrorism out of quit worshiping their God. You you're grafted into the wrong tree. That tree don't bear no fruit. That tree is a tree of death. That's all they bringing. Their tree from their Messiah only brings death, hell, and destruction for us. That's all it has ever brought. Death, hell, and destruction. Name a place that these folks have been that they have not brought death, hell, and destruction. Name one spot these people serving their God have brought peace, love, happiness, and the fruits of the Spirit. I just name one. Huh? The Bible said the Most High done ordered his troops to come out from among them and be separate. Touch not the unclean thing. The unclean thing, hold on. The unclean thing, look up on your screen. The unclean thing, don't touch that. What you praying to that for? Huh? Touch not the unclean thing, but he will accept us. All right, now let me keep going. All right, you shall keep my Sabbath, as if the Most High didn't know which day he wanted us to observe. See, and reverence my sanctuary. And another thing, these so-called fake Bible believers, they'll put up some 10 commandments in the courthouse, but they don't live by them. That's just like a devil. Look, they always talking about the 10 commandments in the courthouse, and they ain't observing, ain't keeping, and they ain't really keeping them. I ain't gonna say they're not keeping some of them. Let me go back. Shalom, Arlene. Let me just do it like this. Let's click on the image to see what I can get. All right. Thou shalt not. That ain't the first commandment. Okay, it's over here. Hebrew reads this way. You shall have no other gods before him. Okay. All right. You shall not make yourself a graven image. That's another god. How is that your God when you build it with your hands? But nevertheless, let me keep going. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh in vain. Remember the Sabbath, the Sabbath, and keep it holy. Honor thy mother and thy father. They tell y'all not to do this. So if you don't have to keep the commandment. Oh, y'all can't see that. I'm sorry. If you don't have the Hebrew reads from right to left, that's why they got it over here. That's an A, B. But anyway, let me keep going. Y'all see that? Honor thy father. They tell you, don't worry about you don't have. This is the law. Don't honor your father and your mother. Do not murder. So when they say don't honor, they say don't keep them laws that the Most High gave us. So it's okay to go kill folks, right? Look at it. How did they conquer the land? Shedding innocent blood. Commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Stealing land. Stealing lives. Stealing livestock. You know. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Lying. Boy, they been lying. They use their media propaganda. Proper slander. They're just lying on us. Now, if you done something, okay, we done it. You shall not covet anything of thy neighbor. If whatever your neighbor got a new. If your neighbor got a wife, don't be wanting your neighbor's wife. If they got a house, don't desire their house. They're gonna do it to sow seeds of jealousy. But these so-called evangelicals are both talk about the 10 Commandments, and they ain't keeping them. Why? Because this God, you don't have to do all that. He loves you anyway. Okay? Let me get back here. Let me finish these Bible verses. All right. He said, you shall keep my Sabbath and reverence his sanctuary. Have respect. I am Yahweh. If you walk in my steps, these are his laws. Look, these are instructions. If you don't want terror appointed over us, I also will do this unto you, even appoint over you terror. If you don't want terror appointed over you, you got instructions to follow. Remember, we made a covenant. A covenant. Okay? All right. To bring the real message of the Most High to the world. All right. Now. All right. If you will walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, then will I give you rain in due season, and the land the land shall yield her increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit. And your threshing shall reach unto the vintage, and the vintage shall reach into the sowing time. Y'all know when this gonna happen again? When they go into captivity, that's when the 1,000 years of peace is gonna be. They going into captivity. I don't care if they don't like it. I didn't write it. Look, read the Bible. They are going into captivity. Okay? I know y'all can't see it, but they going into captivity. All right? All right, now. And ye shall eat your bread to the full and dwell in your land safely. And I will give peace in the land. But that 1,000-year peace is coming. And ye shall lie down and none shall make you afraid. How come them folks over there in Israel, how come they afraid? Huh? Because they ain't the folks. All right. I will rid evil beasts out of the land. Neither shall the sword go through your land. You ain't got to worry about nobody coming through trying to take your life. And ye shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before you by the sword. 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. All right? For I will have respect unto you, and make you fruitful, and multiply you, and establish my covenant with you. And ye shall eat old store and bring forth the old because of the new, and I will set my tabernacle among you, and my soul shall not abhor you. This is why we getting punished. We going after these other gods. We serving the same God that they worshiping. We serving the God that they brought us. Not the one in the Bible. We serving the same God that they brought us. A false image and a lie. All right? And he abhors right now. And I will walk, and but we do this, he ain't going to abhor us. See, he ain't going to hate us. And I will walk among you, and will be your God, and ye shall be my people. See, the more we do wickedness, the farther away he gets from us. When he gets farther away from us, the Satan comes right on in. And the blood, death, and hell follows. He will walk among us. I am Yahweh, your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, that ye should not be their slave, and I have broken the bands of your yoke and made you go upright. Every time, if you read this Bible all the way, even to the apocryphal books, every single time we got away from the Most High's statutes and commandments, we went into captivity. Every single time. Every time we got away from the Most High's statutes and commandments, living the whole book, we went into captivity. Now, point in a period of time that these pale people done went into worldwide captivity. They don't have the genetics to survive a captivity. All right? Now, but if you will not listen unto me and will not do all these commandments, and if you will despise my statute, we ain't got to keep no Sabbath. We don't know how to do the holy days. Well, start by not keeping their days. Start by not observing their holidays. You ain't doing nothing but making them richer. These holidays is giving them a financial foundation to oppress us even more. Okay? Or if your soul abhor my judgment, boy, we ain't under the law, but you break your neck keeping master's law. They come up with a new law tomorrow. Even the Messiah kept the law. When he read from Isaiah. The Old Testament. The New Testament wasn't written. So the Messiah died on Passover and rose according to the law. Where y'all think the unblemished lamb came from? The law. The Messiah kept the law. Paul kept the law. People going to hell because they are not keeping the law. Let me show it to you. Matthew 7:23. Then will I tell them plainly, I never knew you. Away from me, you evildoers. Look, lawlessness, not keeping the law. And then will I declare to them. Let me read that. Matthew 7. Let me read that. Matthew 7. Let me pull up another. Let me see here. Matthew 7. Let me do it this way. Let me use this study Bible, this navigation. Matthew 7. All right. Now, this is how you tell these so-called wicked demons that call themselves Christians. A tree is known by its fruit. You look up at the tree and you see apples on the tree. It's an apple tree. You look over to the left or the right, you see oranges popping up on the tree. It's an orange tree. I be doggone. Then you look behind you and you see plums on a tree. A plum tree. Well, I'll be doggone. But you look at the fruit of these trees right here, and you see death, hell, and destruction. Guess what? That's a dead tree. It produces death, hell, and destruction. Who sent them? John chapter 8, verse 44. You are of your father, the devil, and the desires of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. This is the Messiah telling evil people, most of the scribes and Pharisees, that they are from their father, the devil, and the desires of their father, the devil, they gonna do. That's why they love shedding blood. That's why they don't mind stealing and destroying, because that's what their father does. Their father commands them to do these things. Satan got goats. The Messiah said, my sheep hear my voice. Satan said his goats hear his voice. Is you picking up what I'm putting down? All right, let me keep going. Now, Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets. Let me help y'all. Beware of false prophets. Here you go. All right. Which come to you in sheep's clothing. Oh, we Christians. Well, I guess y'all are Christians. Well, we live in the Bible. We righteous. We holy. We pure. But inwardly they are ravening wolves. What? Wolves are predators. Wolves loves blood. All right? You will know them by their fruit. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? You know, you look at the tree and it got apples on it. It's an apple tree. Okay? It's not rocket science. All right? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, and a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. Y'all know what evil is. Is shedding blood everywhere. Is that good or evil? Huh? Is going worldwide shedding blood. Is that good or evil? Huh? Is doing what these folks has historically done. Is it good or evil? I want you to look at the fruit of the tree. Is it good or evil? Huh? It's not rocket science. All right. Okay, there you go. It's evil. All right. Every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree can only produce evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is cut down and cast into the fire. That's going to be that lake of fire. When he cut you down, you done died. Instead of this cross, you gonna be on fire. You ain't gonna be on fire. You ain't gonna be on fire for the Most High. You gonna be on fire from the Most High. Wherefore by their fruits you shall know them. All right, now, not everybody that says unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven. There are, they said, estimated billions of Christians in the world. If they was bringing forth good fruit, then the earth should be getting better. If this tree was righteous and bringing forth life, the world should be getting better. Because a good tree can only produce good fruit. You got church, and crime. Homeless, widows, orphans, homeless. All right. Shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of the Father which is in heaven. keeping his law, do what he said do, keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. Many will say unto me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name cast out devils, and in thy name done wonderful works? Many will go say to the Messiah, you see it in red. But I just told y'all there are so-called billions of so-called Christians on the earth. They claim there's billions. He said, many gonna say, Lord, Lord, ain't we done this and done that and done this in your name? And look at what he said. Then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. I don't know you. Depart from me, you that work iniquity. Evildoer, lawlessness, unrighteousness, transgress the law. So they go into hell for transgressing the Most High law. They go into hell because they love unrighteousness. There's a difference between trying to overcome unrighteousness and loving unrighteousness. There is a difference. We overcome through our testimony. So if you fighting to overcome, then you're fighting. But if you're not fighting and just giving in, you're in trouble. Okay? All right. Let me finish this Leviticus 26. All right. And if you despise my laws, or if your soul hate my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but ye shall break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror. You wondering? I told y'all this several times. I used to wonder, I said, why God hate us so much? I said, why he hate us so much? I said, why these wicked clansmen? I'm running around, he's climbing in the police car. I said, why these folks got everything and they living like devils? That's because I didn't know who we were. It was starting to make sense to me then. I said, why God? I done told y'all. I said, why God? I said, put that Bible down. But this was the Jesus. I said, I don't want to hear nothing about no Jesus. This is the Jesus I was talking about when I said, oh, don't come to me with that Jesus. This was the Jesus I had in my head. Don't bring that mess over here. This is the Jesus I had in my head when I put the Bible down. Right there. And they don't come around. Now, I respect the church folks. Because I'm looking at them, you know. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, something ain't right with this here. Something ain't right. Don't come at me with that. Sometimes it's best to be hot or cold. But anyway, all right. All right, now. Terror. He said he's going to point over terror, consumption, and the burning of goo. That shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart, and ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies will eat it. How much farmland they done stole from us? Huh? Diseases hitting us. Seems like every disease affects us more. Huh? All right. And I will set my face against you, and ye shall be slain before your enemies. Are these folks our allies? Are they our allies? Are they friends? Are we being slain before our friends and allies, or are we being slain before our enemies? All right? I'm reading y'all comments. I'm laughing. I got to stay focused. All right. I will set my face against you, and ye shall. He ain't talking to everybody. He's talking about the nation of Israel. He is not talking to everybody. All right? That they that hate you shall reign over you, and ye shall flee when no one pursue you. Okay. If we free, why we got to go to them for some justice? If we free. If we free, why can't we govern ourselves? We was governing ourselves just fine before they came. If we free. I'm showing you that they rule over us. That's why you got to go to them for justice. Imagine that. You got to go to Satan for some justice. Imagine that. You got to go to Satan for the truth. Imagine that. You got to go to Satan for your daily bread. Imagine that. It makes about as much sense as us go. Think about it. They that hate you shall reign over you, and you shall flee when no one pursue you. And if you will not yet, for all this, if you still hard-headed and don't want to listen, then I will punish you 7 times more for your sins. So you want to escape some of this stuff? Get right, church, so we can go home. I know church, but assembly. Huh? All right, now let me move on to some of this stuff here. Let me move on. And I will break the pride of your power and make your heaven as iron and your earth as brass. You know what I see when I see that verse right there? He gonna make your heaven as iron. You look up, you out there working, shackle to work, and then on the earth you change. You just work. Slavery by another name. That's what I see when I see that verse now. Your heaven is iron, and your earth is brass. Boy, I don't see nothing but work, and more work, and ain't enjoying no benefits of the fruit. All right, let me show y'all some stuff now. Let me move on right quick. Now these are the Catholics with hoods. Y'all don't forget Pope Nicholas V, Saint Nick, created the laws that enslaved our people and scattered us worldwide. The Catholic. Pope Nicholas V. So think about that when you was talking about some Saint Nick on December 25th that ain't got nothing to do with the Messiah. Think about that. All right. These folks are Christians too. Let me show you. Y'all just put that in your mind. Put that in the back of your mind that they're a Christian organization. Hold on, let me do it like that. Think about that. The Most High done appointed terror over us. The dragon is spitting out death. They can only touch us when we touching the devil's stuff. Okay? They can't harm you unless, number one, the Most High allowed. If he allowed us to die, it's a reason behind it. Number two, the main reason why they get us, we fooling with Satan's stuff. That's the main reason. Quit trespassing on death and you'll be all right, even if you die. Nevertheless, let me keep going. Now, terrorist list for the U.S. Terrorist list. I was trying to see. I already figured it wasn't. They talking about foreign terrorist organization. What about the ones right here? Y'all see that? Y'all see how they focus on other countries and not right here? You see that? It's talking about individuals, not a whole clandestine white supremacist group. They focusing on. Why y'all think that part? Remember, they that hate thee shall rule over you, and I will appoint terror over you. You don't want the terror, then to get right. It's simple. All right? I'm see, can y'all see that? Okay, yeah, y'all can read that. All right. Is the KKK treated as major domestic threat? It said it's considered. It didn't say treated. Let me read this and see what it said. Yes, the K is considered a major domestic threat, particularly due to its history of violence. Okay, if it's considered a major domestic threat, then how is it legal for them to pass out flyers? They can recruit people. They can get money. They can run for public office. The same organization. Don't believe the hype. Think about it, family. They can run for... So y'all believe that when they get in elected office, all of a sudden they're gonna have some compassion for black folk. Y'all believe that, huh? They can pass out flyers. But y'all think they passing them flyers out for? They passing them flyers out so they can help us. So they can spread that Christian love that they've been spreading all this while. Huh? Don't believe the hype now. All right. They said it's considered. All right. I want to know why they ain't criminalizing it. We all know because they hate us. The FBI has identified white supremacist group, including the KKK, as persistent threat of lethal violence in the U.S. Yeah, But anyway, it's what they're not doing. Okay, they said they are a major domestic threat. That's what it said. Just because it's on paper don't mean nothing. They got laws on the books that they ain't following. Okay? Remember, all these folks is working together. But nevertheless, that's what I got. Let me keep going. Look, is the KKK on U.S. terror group list? Look, how is they considered it a major threat and it ain't on no list? Huh? See, if you put it on a list, then you're gonna have to start mass incarcerating. You're gonna have to start putting them RICO charges on them. You're gonna start putting them RICO charges on them. Okay? Shanae Israel, you might holler at Mike Neal. They probably could give you a better lesson on that. Shanae, Mike Neal. All right? But he ain't talking about everybody. I can tell you that right now. He ain't talking about everybody. Because if God love everybody, I'm talking about that John 3:16. If he love everybody, who going to hell? Huh? If he love everybody, I guess he loves Satan them too. No. But yeah. All right. No domestic list. But they got a history of terrorizing black folk. All right? Why the KKK is not listed? Let's hear this line. Let's hear this foolishness. The U.S. government maintains the foreign terrorist organization list through the Department of State, which applies strictly to international groups. Ain't that convenient? But when they want to mass incarcerate black folk, they criminalize being in a gang. Y'all understand that? But these folks been around since 1865, and they're not criminalized. All right? That's how you know Satan is controlling this country. All right? Lawlessness, lack of legal framework. Oh, now they can't make no laws. They can make laws to lock up Negroes. Lack of legal frameworks. Now they don't know how to make laws. All right. There is no federal legal mechanism or statutory authority to officially designate a domestic group as a terrorist organization. Okay, then they shouldn't have been able to mass incarcerate black folk for crack that the CIA and the U.S. government flooded our streets with. Proven. They shouldn't have been able to make no laws about that, but they did. All right? Classification. Civil Rights Watchdog, a government agency, classified the KKK as a domestic hate group or extremist group rather than a formal terrorist organization. What difference does it make? They killing folks, they shedding blood, they got a criminal enterprise. Criminal enterprise. Where the RICO charges at? They passing out flyers, they're getting money, they got branches, they got chapters. Y'all can trust them if you want to. You understand? Criminal prosecution, while not labeled, that's because they are the judges. They are the FBI. They are in the CIA. They might not be the KKK, but they're white supremacists nonetheless. The Pope is a white supremacist. The Catholics is a white supremacist organization. You understand? You got to open your eyes a little bit. Now look here. All right? While not labeled a terrorist organization, individuals, and that's why you have to watch when they start labeling us in the media. That's how they start. They start on the television and the newspaper, lying. See, notice they don't be talking negative about the Klan. They ain't talking about, they're not saying things about these hate groups that's gonna cause laws to get passed to criminalize. But they do that to us all the time. That's why you gotta pay attention when they lying on black folk. Like they lied on that black woman that her son, her baby got shot in Senatobia. They lied and said she was stealing, which is a lie. Where's the defamation in that? They put that lie out there like she was stealing, so these racist devils will say, oh, she shouldn't have been stealing. Stealing don't warrant the death penalty. The Bible says that. Shalom, Kill. Okay? This is what a devil do. False balances, unequal scales, same thing. All right, freedom of association and speech protection under the U.S. Constitution. Then how come 4 Negroes together is suspicious activity? Huh? 4 Negroes together minding our own black business, talking and ain't got a track record of hurting nobody. That's suspicious activity. But the Klan ain't? Huh? The Patriot Front ain't marching and walking around trying to antagonize black folk? That's not suspicious activity. We not bothering you, but you make it your point to come around us to antagonize us. That's not suspicious activity. What you form your group for? It shows like to spread no love. The very fact that you got a group and it call yourself white supremacist, you're not spreading no love when you come around us. Okay? It is what it is. I don't know what to tell you. You might just die. Ain't nothing changed. It's been that way. It's been that way. You might as well go out fighting. All right? Simply for their belief. Y'all know what these groups, y'all know what their belief is? Kill black folk. But it's supposed to be illegal to kill. It's supposed to be illegal to murder. They so-called Christians, it's supposed to be a sin to murder. You don't hear the Catholics calling it out. You don't hear the white preachers calling it out. You barely hear white people calling it out. But they got the First Amendment because of their beliefs. Now, I want y'all to recognize the lie in the word belief. Recognize the lie in between the E and the F. All right? Meaning they can only be targeted legally based on illegal acts committed by their members. That's why you need to get your cameras ready. Have your own video. Cameras are real cheap, inexpensive right now. You can have them in your car record. You can have them on your body record. You can pretty much put them anywhere now. You got to have your own evidence. And that still might not work. But doggone it, if you can have your own evidence and send it off. You understand? But nevertheless, let me move on. Let me see how long I've been going. Oh, yeah, it's about time for me to wrap this up. All right, let me see here. All right. Was the Black Panthers on domestic terror list? It wasn't on no domestic terror list, but they sure broke it up. And the feds killed Fred Hampton in his sleep. Well, they assisted. The feds assisted the Chicago police to kill a Black Panther in his sleep who has no history of going after white people, has no history of killing white people, no history whatsoever. It's amazing how the government can go after black folk with no regard for their belief under the First Amendment. Where is it at? Remember that. How come the Panthers' belief wasn't protected? They ain't killed nobody. They're not putting together bombs. Huh? You wouldn't have to kill a man in his sleep if he was doing something illegal. You just simply bust in there and arrest him. Think about it. If they were doing, and I'm not talking about individual people who might have been fighting racist white supremacist police that was trying to kill them. Assata Shakur. Yeah. So if they were doing something illegal, you wouldn't have to kill a man in his sleep, because he done broke the law. See what I'm saying? Y'all see how that works? All right, let me move on. That's right. However, the FBI treated the group as a major domestic threat. They put black folk over the Klan. I wonder why. Through COINTELPRO, an illegal covert program. See, when it's black folks, they ain't worried about your amendments. They'll break the law. Ain't that amazing how they can do something illegal? Look, illegal. Spying on citizens. Killing them. But you got book dancing and tap dancing, running around here kissing master's boot. Hey, but anyway, J. Edgar Hoover famously called the group the greatest threat to the internal security of the country. Not the Klan. Not the Confederates that fought against the United States. Not them. We were just feeding ourselves and protecting our people from racist white folks. That's what the Panthers was doing. You either die fighting or you can just die begging. All right. Now look, they put Assata Shakur on the most wanted terror list, but you ain't put David Dukes on there. You ain't put, what's that other one? Byrd. What's the name? The Senator Byrd, what's his name? Was a member of the Klan. You ain't putting none of them on the terrorist list. I ain't pursuing them. Yeah. But yeah, she went to Cuba and she died. They were still trying to get her. Now look, I thought them blue lies matter. Lies, them blue lies. Yeah, David Duke. Look, has ever killed police? Look. Yes, the Ku Klux Klan members have killed law enforcement officers, most notably targeting black. During the civil rights era, even though where the feds at? See, Negroes is making laws. Kissing. Hey, I just want y'all to see what it is. It's always been that. All right. Now look at this. Yeah, they wanted her. O'Neal, a black deputy in Washington Parish, Louisiana, was shot and killed from a passing car while on duty. They did a drive-by on him. No lack of cooperative. They got black folks in jail with no witnesses, no evidence. I know because I've lived it. Anyway. Even though, look, has they historically ever committed terroristic acts? They have committed terroristic acts, but they are not considered terrorists. I just showed it to you earlier. See that? Imagine that. You got a group that commits terroristic acts, but the government don't consider them terrorists. You know why? Because we are the targets. Okay? Pulaski, Tennessee. Keep that. That's where they were formed at. 1865. These are some of the crimes they committed right here. See that? See that? See that? Y'all, I've told young men, young men worried about going to jail. I said, man, I don't know why. I didn't tell him like I said, don't worry about going to jail. You might not make it to jail. You better do what you got to do. You worried about going to jail. That's what they want. That's what they want. They want you sitting on your hands. Anyway, let me move on. Y'all could do that if you want to see that. Now it gets complicated. Look, when it's white folks, it get complicated. Why they is not designated as a terrorist? It's complicated. It don't matter how many black folks they kill. See, all you gotta do is kill black folk. Then it gets complicated. They just wrote this. It's complicated. It's complicated. It's rocket science. But anyway, let me move on. All right. Let me read this Deuteronomy 28:48. You will therefore in hunger and thirst and nakedness and dire poverty, you will serve your enemies whom Yahweh sends against you. He will put an iron yoke on your neck until he has destroyed you. He's telling us that's why you wonder why we ain't got nothing. Cause we ain't keeping our covenant. Okay? Get back in line and you'll be fine. All right. Baruch chapter 4 verse 6. Let me start at 5. Let me start at 4. Oh, Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yah are made known to us. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. You were sold unto the nations. Nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved God to wrath. That goes with that Leviticus 26 I read earlier. You were delivered unto the enemies. He appointed terror over us. We get right, he's gonna bring us through it. He did say 2/3 of us wasn't gonna make it. It's in the word. You just make sure that you part of the 1/3. You make sure you in that number. All right. For you provoke him that made you by sacrificing to devils and not to Yah. You have forgotten the everlasting God that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. That's why that's why the Romans ran us out of Jerusalem. The Romans still there to this day. The Romans are still in Jerusalem. You got a Constantine Christian church in Jerusalem right now. You got a Muslim mosque in Jerusalem right now. You got colonizers over there. And you got some German Ashkenazis, Gentiles in Jerusalem right now. Which contradicts Luke 21:24. Let me go to it real quick. It ain't gonna take long. All right. But they shall fall by the edge of the sword. The Messiah is talking about his people. And be led away captive into all nations. Baruch chapter 4 verse 6. You move God to wrath. And so you went into captivity into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down by Gentiles. Until the time of the Gentile fulfilled. Okay, you got a Christian church. Let me show it to you. Somebody that ain't seen the other videos. Now look, how's you got all these Christian churches if the Israelites back home? Huh? This is Tupelo here. Huh? Come on, family. Let me see what they. Let me see. Is this Jerusalem? Let me see. Let me make sure this is Jerusalem. Come on, family. So this is their God over there in Jerusalem right now. Huh? Let me see this. What this address is? Is this Jerusalem? Let me make sure because I don't want to misspeak. Let me see. Yeah, that's Jerusalem. No, that's Illinois. Let me go here. That's Illinois. Let me do another. Let me do a better search. Constantine. Let me put Constantine. That's a Christian church. Constantine Church. Because that's who put it there. Emperor Constantine. Let me put Israel. There you go, right there. Now, y'all see that this is a Muslim mosque. See that? So Gentiles are still in Jerusalem, family. Denomination, Catholic Church. Oh, y'all can't see that. Catholic Church. Let me show it to y'all. Okay, I got you. Now look, Constantine Church, Jerusalem, Israel. Let me go back to this Bible verse right quick. I gotta lay it on thick. Hold on. Where is it at? I gotta put it on. Hold on. Okay. Right here, this is Messiah. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 24. And he's talking about the Israelites, primarily Judah, the tribe of Judah, because the other tribes were split up. That's why they call them Jews. Judah. All right, now, they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down by colonizers, by Gentiles, until the time of the Gentiles fulfilled. All right, now, let me show you that you got Gentiles in the land today. This Bible, this Bible is talking. This Bible is talking. Look at that. Denomination, the Catholic Church. The Roman Catholics, the oppressors of the Messiah's people when the Messiah was prophesying this Bible verse right here. The Catholics, the Romans, they weren't Catholic then. The Romans were still ruling. They still ruling. Daniel said they were going to be ruling to the end. The prophet Ezra said this eagle was going to rule the world with much wicked oppression, terror. All right. These same folks got a church over there now. Now let me go back over here so you can see it again. Got a Catholic church over there. The Greek church. Got the colonizers. Constantine. And you wondering why you wondering where this God come from right here. They brought this God. The Romans and the Greeks brought this. That's what they gave us. All right. Now you got a Muslim mosque over there. No. You got the Muslim mosque in. Let me show you. Let me see here. I'm showing you Gentiles over there. See that? Boy, hey, y'all ought to be giving the Most High some praise. Boy, that word is walking, boy. Hey. Huh? Hey, I'm not afraid at all. I'm not afraid at all. I see victory on the horizon. I see the times of the Gentiles coming to an end. That's what I see. Huh? You got it. This is in Jerusalem now, Israel. So, if the people is at home, how is you got Romans, you got Greeks, You got Muslims over there. Huh? Don't be afraid. No, the Most High appointed the terror. Satan did not appoint the terror. Y'all understand? Huh? Satan didn't appoint the terror. All we got to do is live them laws. Hallelujah. Hey, look up, for your redemption draws near. You ain't got to worry about them dead folks. The dead can't affect the living unless the living is trying to die. You eating off that dead tree, you trying to die. It's Adam and Eve all over again if you eating off the wrong tree. Huh? Hallelujah. Yeah. I ain't got to go through no more stuff. They got, look at this. I just want to show y'all this stuff. But I want y'all to see these, they got, look at these titles. I want y'all to see how demonic this Christian organization that they call it. Look at these titles. Grand Wizard. Look. Grand Dragon. Grand Dragon. Look. Grand Cyclops. See that y'all see this is Greek stuff right here. Y'all know Cluclo is Greek. So they the Greeks and the Romans. They the same people. Yeah. You understand? Yeah. I think y'all done seen enough. Yeah, they populated. They got branches. They say it's 3. Y'all know it's more than 3,000. Y'all believe that? Y'all believe that low ball number? No. You running in the. Well, they might not be Klan. They might be Proud Boys, or they might be Patriot Front. It's so many of them devils. They legions. Okay? But yeah. Don't worry about them devils. See what is this? Anyway, y'all, that's enough. Shoot. That's enough. Don't worry about no terror. The Most High got them. The Most High appointed them. He sent them. Read Deuteronomy. He sent them. Hey, Brother Stephen and Brother Mike taught me how to do that thumbnail. Yeah, but I think I said that earlier. Shalom, family. Shalom. Any questions? I appreciate y'all for joining. Appreciate y'all. I just had to go. I just had to go. I just had to go. I usually try to get my sleep at a set time, but my schedule ain't been going right. I just said, forget it. I'm gonna just go. He been teaching me to get a schedule and stick to it. And then if my plan need to change, he gonna change it. Y'all understand? Shalom. Glad y'all. Hey, look here. I want y'all to be encouraged. Let me see here. I'm gonna put this song up here. Let me see. I think this is it. Shalom. We ain't broken. Hey, this song says it best. I can't even. This song says it best. Okay.
They tried to bury us. They counted us out. They told us to be quiet, to shrink, to disappear. But what they didn't understand is that pressure creates diamonds. Pain builds power. And every setback was setting us up. We are not broken. We are built. Built from struggle. Built from faith. Built from everything they said would destroy us. You can chain the body, but you cannot cage the spirit. You can rewrite history, but you cannot erase legacy.